But the heilige Rabbi Yosef Shaul Nathanson, you know Rabbi Yosef Shaul, approximately 180 years ago, and I don't have to tell you, anybody who knows a little bit about learning knows Rabbi Yosef Shaul was the Pesach 180 years ago. Just to give us a taste, you know, the two really heaviest, here to the heaviest and longest Masechtas, Shabbos and Erevin. Without asking anybody personally, how long would it take you to quench till you learn Masechtas Shabbos and Masechtas Erevin? A long time, right? Yeah, I know still that Yom Erevin. Do you know that the Heilige Rabbi Yosef Shaul Nathanson, every Friday night, after the Feast of Shabbos, before he went to sleep, he went over Masechtas Shabbos and Masechtas Erevin. And one time an other big Gaon came to him, and the Rabbi wasn't ready yet for the feast. He says to him, you know what, we have a little while time of ours. Let's run over all the titles in the Masechtas Erevin. You know? I mean, and when it's not our kind of learning, right, we have no concept. This kind of. Anyway, one day the door opens to Rabbi Yosef Shaul, and Mamash, a very poor Yid, Mamash in rags, walks in. And he says to him, you know, everybody calls him Rebbe, Hedeke Rebbe, Zisa Rebbe. He walks in and he says, hey Yosef Shaul, don't you recognize me? He looks at him and he says, let's call him again, Yankele, and he said, what, Yankele? I can't believe it. You know what it is? They both grew up together, and they were all learning together all their lives, until they were 16. Rabbi Yosef Shaul got married in a state in Lemberg, and this Rabbi Yankele married the daughter of a very wealthy man, and he moved to another city. He says, Yankele, what happened to you? I thought you were a rich man. He says, what can I do? You know, I got bankrupt. So he said, what brings you here to the city? He says, I'll tell you the truth, my daughter is getting married, and I need 2,000 rubles for the wedding. So I knew you're my old buddy, you're my old friend, and you will know all the rich people in Lemberg. I thought maybe you can talk to some rich people in Lemberg and get me 2,000 rubles. Rabbi Yosef Shaul says, listen to me. If every poor man who comes, I'll walk around schnorring money for their wedding, I won't have time to learn, and I can't, you know. So I made myself like a choik for the yawa. I'm not collecting money for anybody. So he says, what do you mean for anybody? I was here, we learned together, we grew up all our lives. He says, okay, you're right, I'll do it. Come back next week, and I will get you the 2,000 rubles. So and Mamish kept his word. Let's see, he goes to which he delivers, a Rothschild in Lemberg. As he walks in, this Schlepper Rabbi Yankele walks out. So he says to him, you don't have to walk around schnorring, I gave you the 2,000 rubles. He says, how much did you get? He says, half a ruble. He says, half a ruble. I get you the 2,000 next week, you don't have to walk around schnorring. He says, you schnorr your way. I schnorr my way. It was really going on his nerves. Wherever he goes, a rich man, Rabbi Yankele just comes out. How much did you get? A ruble. He says, I'm getting to 2,000 rubles. What are you schnorring around? He says, you schnorr your way. I schnorr my way. And it was really ridiculous, but it was really like rubbing him the wrong way. Anyway, friends, you have to open your hearts. Rabbi Yosef Shaul has the 2,000 rubles, and who doesn't show up? Rabbi Yankele. Weeks pass by, doesn't show up. So Rabbi Yosef Shaul Nathanson says very guilty. You know, Rabbi hurt his feelings. He felt very bad. I have the money for him. He says to his shamans, do me a favor. I'm sure he is standing in one of the shuls, collecting a little bit. You have to find him. Okay, they search all the besmedrash and all the synagogues. Finally, he digs him up. He says, the Rabbi is looking for you. I'm begging you, please. He's so broken. He feels very bad that he didn't show up. He comes to Rabbi Yosef Shaul Nathanson and he says, please forgive me if I hurt your feelings. Forgive me 1,000 times, but here I have the 2,000 rubles for you. Mamash have told me your He says, Yosef Shaul, I don't need the 2,000 rubles. I want you to know I'm a multimillionaire. I don't need it. But let me tell you the story. He says, in the city where I live, where I married, was a big Rebbe. We don't know the name. I became this Rebbe's biggest chassid. I was mamish, like mishamish him, taking care of him day and night. Then the day came when my Rebbe left the world. And before my Rebbe left the world, I said, Rebbe, I'd love to know what happens to you in the other world. I want you to swear to me. Obviously, I noticed it in a lot of Yiddish stories. Shabbos after Kiddush. He says, I want you to swear to me that Shabbos after Kiddush you'll come back and tell me what happened to you in the other world. It says Shabbos after Kiddush, I'm sitting there waiting. Suddenly, mamish bahokit, I saw my Rebbe walking off. The Rebbe is shining from one corner of the world to the other. I mean, whatever I thought he's shining in this world, mamish shining. But Gewalt, I look at him, every part of his body is shining. The feet are black like coal. And Rebbe, what happened to your feet? So he says, I want you to know, every part of me is in Gan Eden, in paradise, and my feet are in hell. I said, Rebbe, I don't understand. He says, I came before the heavenly court, and they realized I did mitzvahs with every part of my body. But you know something? I never walked around collecting money from other person. I would always sit in my office, in my house, and give out bracha. What's about taking your feet to do somebody a favor? I never used my feet to do somebody a favor. So the saddest thing is, all of me is in Gan Eden, and my feet are in Gehenna. I was so broken. I say, Rebbe, I cannot let you be in I cannot let your feet be in Gehenna. Let my feet become your feet, and for 2 years I'll walk around day and night collecting money. So I want you to know, the next day I packed up, I walk around collecting money day and night, making up for my Rabbi. And now I want you to know something. I'm coming to Lemberg, and I begin to ask, how's my old buddy Yosef Shaul? What level is he on? I hear the same thing. You're doing mitzvahs every part of your body, but never your feet. You never use your feet. I don't want this to happen to you. So I'll make you get up one time to use your feet. And there he says to me, my best friend Yosef Shaul, swear to me, you won't stop.